Happy Monday. If you're watching on replay, tell me in the comments, hashtag replay, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook. Let's get everything set up here. We'll give everybody a couple minutes to hop on. For those of you who jumped on a little early, tell me if you watched the Super Bowl and what you thought of it, or halftime shows and all the other good parts of it. Hi, Mom. Holly, working on summer trellis, prepping a project for the train to Chicago. Yes. I mean, lots of emojis. I think people have mixed feelings about the show. Well, I'll chat about it a little bit. I broke down and got a free trial of Paramount Plus in order to to be able to watch the game because otherwise I wouldn't have any way to be able to watch it unless I went to the bar, and that didn't seem like the ideal thing to do. Oh, Sherry, thank you. Mom watched Fran recovering from knee replacement. Oh gosh, I hope your recovery is going well. Joyce working on a hat for Joanne. Linda, my Aunt Jackie. Noel working on a shawl. Yeah, you guys might be able to hear it still a little bit in my voice. I'm gonna try and not cough too much while I'm talking, but I may have to keep this week kind of short because I'm still not quite up to par with my my throat and my voice. Ali, go Reba and Usher, yes. Linda is on YouTube. Awesome. Hi, Linda. Hi, Oriana. Um, so let's go ahead and get started. Hi, Jill. Welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is February 12th, 2024. Again, I apologize for not being here and being on last week. I was kind of under the weather a week ago Friday. Something just kind of hit me, and it wasn't like everybody else seems to be having that, like the sinus congestion and all of that head stuff. Mine was, it still is, just in my throat. I get this tickle and this cough. By Friday evening and into Saturday a week ago, I was just like this barking, hacking cough. Not great. Now it's just kind of irritated, but not contagious. It's not RSV. I don't think it wasn't strep throat. That was kind of my concern. Not COVID. So just some sort of viral thing that has to run its course, I guess. Let's see, Nicole working on second one and done. I'm so bummed. I was here this past Saturday and I meant to see in person. Nicole, I think you were wearing your one and done that you just finished. And I want to talk to you about crochet classes. I didn't get a chance to do that either. We had a pretty busy day here on Saturday. Holly, yeah, viral thing. Just gotta work it, let it run its course. Ruth down at your daughter's. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, I'm definitely getting better. I do have my cough drops here in case it gets to that point. Um, so I said welcome. I didn't introduce myself. I didn't get that far. So my name is Kristen. I'm the owner of the Little Yarn Shop located in downtown Saginaw, Michigan, inside the SVRC Marketplace. New hours for the entire marketplace are Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Our hours, the yarn store hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So we're still opening at 10, just staying open an hour later. As a reminder, Deb has drop-in classes on Monday evenings from 6:30 to 8:30. And there are a few vendors now that are open on Mondays and Tuesdays during the day for lunch. I don't remember if it's 10 to 5 or 11 to 5 that they're open, but Cobb King and Delicious Sweets for sure. I think Honey's Tasty Potatoes, I think the three of them are planning on being open every week. Purple Sage Beads is open on Tuesdays from 11 to 5, 10 to 5. Again, I'll have to verify that. I know they're here till 5. Cobb King has really been expanding his menu since he moved into his new spot today, well, I got here early to do some cleaning in the back room and I got lunch from them. They're doing like the wonton chicken tacos like they have at Applebee's. They were really good with the slaw on top and everything. Perfect little lunch bite. So some of you have tried some of their other things, their chicken torta sandwiches, and they are doing cream cheese rangoons, which are also always delicious. So let's see. Holly, yeah, working on your summer trellis. We played around with the left twist and right twist. Good. Hi, Tammy. Ruth working on a lion's hat. So for those of you who put your name in that you wanted more of the little lion's stitch stoppers, I have them on order. My supplier is trying to find a new supplier for them because she ordered like 24 sets and I asked for all of them and they sent her none of them. So I am still trying to source those and also trying to convince her to get some Detroit Tigers and maybe some U of M and MSU stuff. So my vendor is not in Michigan, so I kind of have to sway her a little bit. But we got lots of fun stuff there. So yeah, I don't know if you all saw the little Facebook reel that I shared yesterday from Barocco. We got chatting at the beginning of this broadcast, I guess we would say, about the Super Bowl game and how maybe some of us got some undisturbed knitting time plus an Usher concert. So Usher's definitely my generation. I enjoyed it immensely. I think he did a really good job with balancing choreography with singing. I got a little offended right away when he wasn't singing everything, but he's such a performer and you can't really expect him to do everything like that. And come on, you guys, he was on roller skates. I was awesome. Julie working on your shrug, almost ready to start. Oh my gosh, you're just flying through that thing. That's awesome. If you haven't seen, Julie and Melissa and I think a few others have been chatting in the Craft Along Facebook group, Craft Along with the Little Yarn Shop Facebook group, about a shrug that they're working on that is a Knitterella pattern that has a little bit of color work on each cuff. Yeah, I know, Val, exactly. I did want to ask if any of you were brave enough to sign up for Sock Madness. I know Joyce posted about it, and I think I posted about it too a little bit, a reminder for the window, I think. I'm gonna look back at my notes from last week, see if or last time to see if I can of course I didn't put on there when registration was actually open for Sock Madness. I know it opened February 1st, but I don't remember if it went to the 14th or yeah, I don't have that anywhere in my knitting or in my notes. Why would I have it? I'm sure somebody will be able to chime in. Oh, there we go, Joyce. 2 more days. Okay. For some reason, that's what I was thinking was the 1st to the 14th. So let me know if you signed up, if you have looked at any of the Ravelry threads about the conversation, discussion. If you have any questions, I bet if you put them in the comments, Joyce would be able to answer those too. So let's talk knitting. During the game, I was working a little bit on, yeah, Melissa can't commit to anything because it's tax season. I know Sarah would be in the same boat. I know you two are not the only ones. So I started a couple weeks ago working on this hat for a friend of mine. I've been saying for, I don't know, a couple of years that I was going to make him a hat, and then he hooked Karen and me up with these awesome chairs for the shop. And so now I really am trying to get this hat done. I think I talked about it a little bit. It's called Tamara. And there are two different versions. This is the more fitted version of it, and then there is a slouchier version. It's dark, you can't really see it very well. You can see the overall shape though. So I wanted something that wasn't, it's difficult to find some hats like that style that are not overly feminine. So I found one and then I promptly decided to modify it, and I gave myself permission with this because it is not going to be a shop sample. So I don't have to explain on a recurring basis what I did to change up the pattern. But one of the things that was his suggestion, Nate's suggestion, for he's who I'm making the hat for. In order for me to get a brim that was the size and shape that he liked, was that he brought the brim out of an old baseball cap that he didn't wear anymore. And I was able to trim that down. So I've got a sturdy brim in there. It looks kind of funny right now, but I'll throw it on for a minute and you'll be able to see it a little bit better. It's not going to be quite as slouchy as it looks right now. But I am using, it's fingering weight yarn. I am using Smushy with Cashmere in their aptly named black and white color. And the way this starts is with a, almost like a Judy's Magic cast on for the edge of the bill. You knit both the top and bottom layers around, and then you join almost like a 3-needle bind off it to put the brim inside. They recommend using some sort of foam. They give you like a little pattern and they recommend using some sort of foam, but this worked out really, really well. I did have to round the corners because it's a pretty sturdy plastic and I was afraid it would poke through. So I kind of started with their setup, and it was like a knit 1, purl 5, and then you get into just doing this little bit of one little swirly cable thing, zigzaggy cable. I was off by like 6 stitches, so I had half a repeat too much at the end, and then it just wasn't working out right. So then I decided I was just going to go do my own thing on there, and so I feel like it kind of looks like little bridges, which I think is kind of fun and neat. See if I can put this on and kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea here. So it's going to be a little bit slouchy, but not crazy slouchy. Look how cool it looks though. I'm really happy with how it looks so far. I had it on last night with my bun sticking out the top. It'd be a pretty cool messy bun hat if you just left it the way it is. But he was in town this weekend and got a sneak peek of it and was really excited about how it's working up. So I'm almost done. You do the decreases pretty quickly at the top. So it's definitely one that I would do again. And I would recommend using an old hat brim for the brim of it, because I think it works out well. It keeps that shape nicely. I know that people have used things like milk carton, like taking part of the milk carton and cutting it into the shape, because you get some of that flexibility. So that was my TV knitting last night, as I was in this whole section that was just like, I don't know, like purl 9, knit 1 all the way around. So as long as I could count to 10, I was good. I did have to back it up a little bit. I am also, I don't think I showed yet my cast on. I think I put it in like the What You Making Wednesday, but I haven't talked about it on here. I started my deep winter coat. Deb's Monday Night Girls and some of her Thursday and Saturday ladies are working on cabled sweaters this month. And so I decided I wanted to work on one too. There's a picture of the back of it. So I would classify this pattern as a adventurous intermediate pattern. It's not, there's just a lot going on, and there are a lot of techniques with getting this sweater started. I learned taught myself how to do a provisional cast on using the pearl strings instead of using like crocheting with waste yarn or anything like that. But the way this construction is set, this is what I have so far. I just joined for under the arms. But the way you start this is with, it's the best way to show this. Oh, Dawn, thank you. So you can see a little bit of this line right here. You can see it more easily on the inside. There's the line. That's the provisional cast on for the top seam of the shoulder. So you start with a provisional cast on, you knit this little bit here of one shoulder. You cut the yarn and you put that on holder. You do the same thing on the other side, provisional cast on, knit a little bit of the back. Then let me think about how you do this. Then you join the two backs and you have another provisional cast on for the back of the neck and you knit that down. Then you go to the fronts, you pick up your provisional cast ons and knit your two separate fronts until you get to the point that you are joining everything now. So the cables are really cool. I'm really hoping that I continue. I just have to keep talking to you guys about this. So it forces me to continue to work on it because it's going to force me to pay attention. It's not my strong suit, you guys. But the cables, like, look at how cool that is. Seed stitch in some of the cables, and they're not just like, you can see in the middle, there are 2 twists, but on the side, there are 3 twists. And then there are the mirrored smaller cables on the edges. It's very like pretzel-y looking almost. But now I am to the point where I have 3 charts that I'm following for every row between my left front, my back, and my right front. So definitely going to take some time and set up Knit Companion for that. In order to keep track of everything at the same time. So those are the 2 things that I am working on. I finished my friendship shawl. I still have not blocked this. I don't know, you guys. I don't have notes in here that I had it done last time. So maybe I didn't show it off the needles. So you start, this is the, hi Donna, the knit along that is scheduled for March, Malabrigo knit along. It's not a mystery knit along. The pattern is viewable. The photos for the pattern are viewable on Ravelry under Friendship Shawl. If you sign up through the Malabrigo website, you can sign up for free to participate, and they will email you as we get closer to March 1st when it starts. They will email you a PDF of the pattern for free. It takes 3 skeins of DK weight yarn. What I used was the Dos Tierras, which is a alpaca wool blend. You start up here with this one little point and it grows on the bias. You use pretty much equal amounts of all 3 colors. When you get to the end, this is where I had, I was off a little bit. This is supposed to not have, a red stripe here. It's supposed to be 2 burgundy stripes. I ran out of burgundy yarn and I had extra of the red. So the red was my main color, and I tried to put in a lot of notes in the project page on Ravelry for my project, which if you follow the shop on Ravelry, our Ravelry name is Little Yarn Shop, and you can look at the projects that I've done and my notes that are in there. But you do use almost all 3 skeins. And it's going to grow some, obviously, because I haven't blocked it yet, and it's alpaca. But a really cool, simple design. Doesn't have any of the overly complicated increases and decreases, and it's not even mosaic. It's just simple stripes as you're changing yarns. So if you've looked at or gotten or tried some of their knit-alongs in the past and maybe got a little frustrated with how overly complicated they seemed, don't let that discourage you, because this one is a relaxing knit. I guess I would put it that way. I'm going to try and actually take that home and block it tonight. We'll see how that goes. Oh, and let's talk about what I am wearing, because I didn't talk about that yet. This is not a top that I made. And maybe you guys can tell me. You may have seen it in the shop. I was looking through my notes and I don't see that I've worn this top on a Facebook Live before, but maybe I have. I can't remember. That's like the second one with short yarn. Yes. Yeah, the one with the arroyo where I ran out of yarn and had to tell people they needed an extra skein. This one would be similar, but I don't want to tell people that you need to buy another skein of yarn just for 2 rows. I do recommend having a kitchen scale on hand so you know how much yarn it takes per row. Yes, relaxed knitting. Most people, John, would say that it's relaxed knitting. So this top is called Bamboo. Move my chair without unplugging things. So this top is done from, it's knit side to side, the body of it is. And then I think you pick up and knit the sleeves after. Again, I didn't make this one. Jody made this. So the yarns that we used for this were Bamboo Pop, the Sport DK weight Bamboo Pop, which is 50-50 cotton and bamboo. And then for the contrast color, she used Barocco Lumi, which is 80% cotton, 18% polyester, 2% other fibers. That's because it's got like this little shine to it. See that? How cool it is. It comes in 3 different widths in terms of, from seam to seam this way. So determining how much ease you want. You have 2 things to determine: how wide you want it here, and then the length that you want it. It comes in 4. I have notes. 4 different lengths. So the one that I'm wearing is the narrowest and the longest of all of the different sizes. The designer is Dando Yumiko Alexander. And it's just called Bamboo. But you can see there's the shorter, wider version and the longer, narrower version. The reason I was so fortunate to be gifted this is because Jody knit it and she intended for it to be the shorter version with more ease, and that's not what she ended up with. So I'm wearing it with jeans right now. It's not ideal. It looks really cute with a pair of leggings. But I was looking at the colors we have and the yarns that you would need, and the cost to make this is anywhere from $45 to $70. If you did the one with the widest bust measurement and the longest length, you're still looking at a $70 top for the Bamboo Pop. So you would need either 3 or 4 balls of your Bamboo Pop, and all except the smallest, shortest size requires 2 balls of the Lumi. And so I was playing around. We've been playing around with colors. So these are the colors that I used, which is the lily pad and I don't know, 8130. It's greens. So you would need, for most sizes, you would need 3 of the Bamboo Pop and 2 of the Lumi. But Brenda, I know I posted a picture of this, and I wish I would have it here to show you in person because it's so, so beautiful. Brenda did one out of these coral tones that was just absolutely stunning. Looked beautiful on her. So that's color 8132 and coral in the Bamboo Pop. That's a fun idea. If there is a color combo that you're interested in that I talk about, let us know. Linda, I have not gotten the tasting kits yet for spring. I just opened a box that has one of the new spring yarns, which is interesting. They must be waiting on one of the yarns to come. I know they are. There's one of the yarns that was taking a little bit longer to produce, so they were holding off on sending out the taste kits, the taste packs, until they got everything. So as soon as I do, my thought is if we're going to do like a yarn tasting, we may do that on a Tuesday. But then I also have them available for people to order them if you just want me to send one to you. So another combination would be this pretty kind of a rosy color. So darling pink. Nope, Holly, you didn't miss anything yet. With color 8111. That would be a nice light springy one. I do have other choices, but I was trying to find colors that I have complements in the Bamboo Pop and in the Lumi. This gold is one of the new colors for Lumi. It's color number 8151. And with this marmalade, I think would just be gorgeous. It's like sunflowers. It reminds me of sunflowers. So summery. And because this is primarily cotton, it would be a great seasonal transition top. You could wear it a lot of times, a lot throughout the year. So if there's a color combo that you like, let us know. We can pull yarns for you. We can help you figure out what size you want to make. Or you are, of course, always welcome to come in and play with different colors. The only thing I'm really bummed about is with this Barocco Lumi, they did not come out with a purple. They came out with a really cool fuchsia pink that Karen was playing around with, but they have not come out with a purple yet. Sorry for my purple girls. So that's what I'm wearing, called Bamboo. We received the shipment of the Pop-Up Club color for January from Dream in Color. They have now, my understanding is that the dyeing has transitioned to the Mad Tosh dye house. And one of the things that I'm noticing right away is the way that they put their hanks of yarn together. Ruth, okay. So when I can grab another skate and kind of give you a better idea. Let's see. I was just looking at one. So there's something that's changed a little bit with the way they are displaying their hanks of yarn, I guess would be the way to put it. So for the longest time when Dream sends us yarns, this is a one of a kind that I got last year, I think, when I was at H&H, and I picked up some yarns. You can see, it's even easier to see if you open it, that in the hank like this is how they dyed the yarn. So you can see where they put chunks of one specific color, like chunks of the teal, chunks of the pink. If you've ever watched any videos on Instagram or Facebook Reels of dyers laying out the skeins and then depositing color on it, you can see how a portion of the yarn got all the color at once. And that's how they've always sent it to us. Apparently, the Mad Tosh team re-skeins their yarn, which means they dye it, they dry it, but then they put it on a Swift and a skeiner and change the diameter of the hank. So what that does is change how these colors look in the skein. And there are pluses and minuses to it. It's just going to take us some getting used to, but it does give you a better idea of how the colors are going to be displayed, I guess, when you knit something standard. So if you looked at this, you might think that you would knit and get a chunk of teal and a chunk of pink, but that's not really the case. You would get maybe 7 or 8 stitches in one color, and then it would switch to a different color. So this will make sense when I show you the January color in a minute. So this is January, the way they sent it to us. The photo that I got from Dream in Color showed the colors. I don't even want to say pooling together, but it showed the colors in the clumps similar to this, but that's not what you see here. But what you do see here is the fact that in every round of your knitting, you're going to get a wide variety of colors. This would be really a great use for like the one and done shawl that Nicole just finished. She posted a photo of it on Friday. But it's a great one skein project, Casapinka, with some drop stitches in there. My little bit of a hesitation with the yarn being wound like this when we get it is it's going to be harder to match a coordinating color with it. When you've got a hank like this, it's a little bit easier to see a big section of color and try to find something that coordinates better. So I know this is a transition process for them. So don't let it scare you. It's still dyed in the same method. Their inspiration for January was a very bright spray painted wall that was on the building in Arizona that Dream in Color worked from. So it was just kind of like a reminiscent thing. It's called 13th Street. And of course it's smushy with cashmere. So 4 ounces, 400 yards, 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, 10% nylon. We got 10 and we've got a few of those left. So if you're interested, let us know. I do have them listed on the website. So you can go on our website and buy one or more that way, or you can put it in the comments and we can set some aside for you that way. Almost out of my water, you guys. Oh, so I did post, I think I posted last week that we got a shipment in from Malabrigo. Maybe that was 2 weeks ago, with a whole bunch of colors of Dos Tiaras for the knit along. So you need 1 skein each of 3 colors. We've got lots of colors to choose from. So pop in and check that out. I know a few of you have already. In addition to, we got some Arroyo and some Sock and some Rios. But we also finally got their new sock book. So Socks Ultimate Collection, book number 21 from Malabrigo. There are, let's see how many patterns. No, they don't have like a, they don't have a table of contents that tells me how many patterns there are in here, but there are some that are lace. And all of the patterns use either the ultimate sock or just sock. I should have read through this a little bit better, you guys, before oh, they all use ultimate sock. So there's another fun little lace pattern. You can see the color work on the front, which is lace, texture, more texture. Again, I haven't read through it, but I believe that this is mosaic. It's not stranded. Mostly lace socks. Yeah, there's one pair of really graphic colorwork socks, and then the rest are lace or some sort of texture. Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer. This one's really pretty. It's got just lace on the foot part of it, on the ankle part of it. The foot is plain, but it's not just straight across. It's got this little bit of an angle to it. So we've got a few of these in the shop. These are $21.50 a piece. Again, that's the newest Malabrigo book. Okay, I think, oh, Melissa says 11 patterns. There we go. There's a description on Ravelry, and you can look at, I do like Ravelry for that. In addition to the fact that you can just find any pattern that you want, being able to look at the patterns that are included in books is sometimes really nice too. If you don't have the ability to get in the store and see all the patterns in person or flip through the book in person. I think I need to be done for today before I completely lose my voice or start coughing and blowing out everybody's eardrums. So I do plan to be back live again next Monday. I hope everybody has a good week. Again, if you popped on late, these recordings will be posted on YouTube and on Facebook under the live tabs that you can go back and re-watch. And if you have any questions, still continue to put it in the comments. We do try to monitor it after the fact. And thank you. Linda says, take care of yourself. That's my plan. So I hope everybody has a good week. And if we don't see you here throughout the week, then I will see you all back here next Monday at 7 p.m. So have a great week. Be creative, start something fun, finish something fun.